everybody. I'm Dr. Rich Luekenga. This is my partner, Dr. Ryan Whitaker. We represent the Hearing and Balance Doctors, and we have a very fun topic, something very interesting, something we're being asked about probably every day.
Probably every day. Over-the-counter hearing aids has been a big topic in the last few weeks, maybe the last couple of months. We're excited to talk about it with you today. We want to discuss some of the pros, some of the things we're excited about, maybe some of the cons, some of the concerns we might have. And we also want to talk about some situations where we've seen people really succeed with these.
You bet. Let's just get right into it. So, hearing devices that are over-the-counter hearing devices, they're something that you don't need a doctor's prescription. You don't need to go anywhere special. You can probably go to Best Buy or like a Radio Shack or like different places like that. You can even come to a doctor's clinic if you want. We have over-the-counter hearing devices. And so one of the pros is it's a simple model. You just walk in, we give you the box, and you take it. There's no hearing test. There's no talking with anyone. You can just say, hey, I don't think I hear as well as I should, or maybe my wife's telling me I don't hear well, and I'd like to do well in a couple different environments. And so it's a very, very simple model. We just literally give it to you, and you plug and play, and you try them out.
Simple, right? So simplicity, that's a great pro. Another one is just cost.
Yep.
You know, hearing aids can be expensive, and these tend to be relatively inexpensive. And so they're simple, they're cost effective, there's no doctor visit.
Exactly. Yeah, another big one is these little guys, you can kind of see they're small. They kind of look, a lot of them look like a headphone or like something you'd buy, just a headset or insert earphones. And so they kind of look like you're just going to the gym, or they don't look like a hearing device at all like you would normally buy. And so that might be a pro for some people, I could see. And certainly they're Bluetooth. So they're going to connect up to your cell phone. You're going to be able to adjust them up and down with a pretty simple volume control. So pretty easy to use as long as you have a smartphone. Pretty easy to use that way.
And you know what the biggest pro is to me? The biggest one to me is anytime people are talking about hearing and improving their hearing, that's a good thing. We love the awareness this has created. We love that there's a conversation happening. We love that people are being proactive about their hearing. But we do have some concerns, maybe some cons, some things that you may want to consider. What's a con?
You know, an obvious one is you can see it. Typically when people wear hearing devices, they're these little Bluetooth devices that sit on the back, and there's a thin wire that's tight, and it's not sticking out or filling up your ear canal. Typically it's more of an open fit, actually, so it's kind of the opposite of this. So physical fit is a big deal.
I agree, yeah. The physical fit, these are generic. These are something you buy off the shelf. So it's not custom fitted, It's a really generic fit. That can actually lead to a problem that we call feedback. Feedback is that annoying whistling sound that a hearing aid can make, that high-pitched screeching sound that embarrasses the person that's wearing it. Nobody wants to be the source of that shrieking feedback. And we found with some of these over-the-counter devices, they are prone to do that because the physical fit isn't quite right.
Another issue that goes along with feedback is the range. So if you have a mild hearing loss, this could be a decent fit for you, maybe a good idea. But if you have a little bit more hearing loss, like a moderate to severe, which is what we see often, patients do have a hard time with this feedback idea. Another one is just trouble hearing in more dynamic environments. So this product, because it's not an open fit product, and it never could be, you tend to hear more noise than, say, a normal hearing device. So it's a kind of a noisy product, which also spells to, I'm not getting the clarity. The reason I'm wearing this is I want speech clarity. So if you're thinking you're going to be able to go to a restaurant setting or go to church with this, or be in certain environments where there is background noise, like just even a car ride, not the best product for that. So it's mainly built for more simple listening environments, like maybe just watching TV, stuff like that.
Yeah, kind of basic programming, basic devices. They're often compared to readers that people get at the drugstore for their vision. You know, this is just kind of a basic, simple for mild hearing losses. So we obviously do have some concerns. One of the concerns that I have is maybe just the lack of the counseling. We call this oral rehabilitation, where we counsel our patients through the process of getting accustomed to their hearing aids, what it's going to entail, allowing their brain to adapt to it.
That's right.
When you just buy something over the counter, you're not going to get that counseling and that process that comes with a traditional hearing aid.
That's right. And programming the device, oftentimes people will go out and they'll have an experience, but then they get to come back and talk with someone about, okay, what should I be experiencing? Because my brain is not used to all this sound. And so giving a patient different programs, different settings for certain environments, there's none of that going on with these type of simple devices.
Yeah, you need an accurate program, right? You need to have a hearing test and then get the hearing aid programmed, and that just doesn't happen with some of the over-the-counter devices. And then kind of along that same vein, just the lack of continued care. To really succeed with hearing aids, you need to get on a long-term care program where you come in regularly, you have your ears checked, you have the devices cleaned, kind of like changing the oil on your car and getting the tires rotated. These things just need a little bit of TLC over time, and I think with the over-the-counter stuff, that may be missing.
One of the neat things, or one of the areas where we have seen people succeed is, one, sometimes using something like this as either a backup. So maybe someone has a hearing device and then they just want something they can use when they work out, and then maybe they're going to run a quick errand to the grocery store. Something kind of simple. Maybe they're just watching TV and this individual just mainly has issues when they sit down to watch TV with their family, and they can just put them in and dial it up, turn it up, and tends to be, a pretty good solution for that type of listening environment.
Yeah, we have seen some success stories, haven't we? Mm-hmm. We really look forward to talking about this a little bit more, delving into maybe some more details, and we hope that you'll join us for some of that discussion in the future.
Exactly, and we do look forward to seeing you. If you have any questions at all, we want you to know we're here for you.